Hey there, friends. It's Catherine Massell. Happy Thursday. I have some juicy tidbits of info to share with you. It's one of the things that I think many of us have a really, really hard time with is learning how to, when you're manifesting, to live as if your desires, what you want to be, do, or have, has already manifested. Meaning, in other words, how do you occupy that energetic vibration of that feeling you're searching for by having that desire to be, do, or have something that you don't currently have, and why this is really, really difficult if you are occupying the wrong perspective. So, let's just share this in a few places and then I'll get into it. Say hello, those of you that are joining. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's see. I'm going to share in a couple groups here, obviously. And because I already have my Money Lab group open, and some of the women there have, and actually I have a gentleman in that group too. Some of the people in there have already been reaching out to me and asking me this specific thing, because it is one of the things that we really, really struggle with when we're manifesting and can make us feel like we are not the creators of our reality. And I want to share a way with you today that'll help you find a way to occupy this energetic by kind of reframing your perspective. So let me share this in one more place. I'll share it in the Money Lab. We don't start the Money Lab officially until October 13th, but because I love to reward my early bird people, I like to put some bonus activations. There's a bonus exercise in there, and share that with them now. For those people who do the early bird thing, I love to reward them and give them something a little extra. I love to add value to what I offer, and when you sign up for early bird things, you give me the opportunity to do that. So, hi Claire. Svetlana's here. Hello, hello, hello. So, I think I've added where I want to. Okay, I'm laughing at someone's comments. I'm not laughing at them, I'm celebrating them. Hi, Allison. Howdy, yee-haw. Allison's a smart early bird shopper. She is in the Money Lab. The Money Lab is a membership group. So those of you who don't know what the Money Lab is, if you want to start making money, to start reframing your idea about money, to start changing your, maybe, let's face it, dysfunctional relationship around money. You don't have it, you want more of it. There's a lot of different ways that we can start reframing our perspective around feeling like money is something that doesn't support us, that we don't have it because God hates us. It's this elusive thing in the universe, that money somehow has an energetic of its own to even hate you in the first place. There's a lot of things we need to clear up around money. And these things are things that the things that I'm sharing with you in this membership group. When you join for $197, you are in there until the end of December this year. So we're doing 4 classes starting October 13th on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. 4 classes, October 13th, October 20th, October 27th, November 3rd. After that, there's going to be support with calls. There are exercises, there are mindset shifting, pattern interrupting behaviors available to you in this course, ongoing support for you through December 8, 2018. And I'll be opening it up again for a 6-month membership from January 2019 until June 2019, and then another 6-month membership for people going forward from there. Because I'm finding that a lot of people need help with this. There are already 13 people signed up in the Money Lab, so obviously this is something people want to focus on. And who doesn't want to make more money? So these things that I'm sharing with you, the support, the exercises, the pattern interrupting exercises and mindset shifts I'm sharing with you, they are all things that I've used to double my monthly income inside of 2 weeks, how I manifest money fast. I did a live the other day sharing with you, the whole reason I went live and did Manifesting Money is because I was working on manifesting $5,000 in, I think my time frame was 48 hours. I just met that goal today. So whenever I recorded it, it took a little bit longer than 48 hours. I'm saying that it was slightly interrupted because I have guests here at this time, so I wasn't able to fully focus on my mindset work, but I did meet my goal using the stuff that I am sharing with you. Hi, Maya, in the Money Lab. So if you're really serious about changing your dysfunctional relationship around money with things that you can implement every time you want to up-level, every time you want to reach a higher threshold of income, we're going to meet certain resistance. We're going to meet with certain sets of blocks. I know because I've met probably all of them. And if I can turn my money story around, so can you. So Maya's going to get in there. She's definitely joining. It's going to be awesome. So Maya is also a really smart shopper because she was in the Abundance Lab with me. So if you are a member of the Abundance Lab, you get to join and have membership in the group until December 2018 for $97. But for everyone else, it's $197. It's going to be incredibly valuable to you, and I highly recommend you get in there. Join the other fabulous people that are in there right now. They're already seeing benefits. 4 of the ladies in there already have already told me they've been receiving tangible results. What does that mean? It means they have cash flowing in. So it's real. It's happening. Get in there. So a few people in the Money Lab that are already enrolled reached out to me, and then I had some other people reach out who are thinking about getting in there, telling me that they have some real difficulty around this one thing. So when we are manifesting, when we're in the process of creating something that we want to be, do, or have, it is really important, very, very important. And if you didn't watch the Money Manifesting video that I shared with you the other day in here, I'm going to give you the link because I'm only going to gloss over a couple things here that I go into great depth and detail in the Manifesting Money video that I recorded on YouTube the other day. I'm going to share the link right here because what I shared with you was gold, and I really should have charged money for that, but I didn't want to because I feel like there are some underlying fundamentals that a lot of people just don't get about manifesting money. And when you change this, when you tweak this, things can shift in a positive way, in a very self-affirming way, very quickly. So I want to share this with you. And there I am. I'm going to share this with you right now. In here. All right. So there's the Manifesting Money video that I shared the other day. There's a lot of information in here. Granted, it's an hour and a half long, but do watch it and then watch it again, because sometimes we need to hear this stuff a few times because we have such deep worn patterns and neural pathways of thinking and feeling, believing things. We have stories that are so ingrained that create a pattern and a program in our life that if we want to adopt a new set of behaviors that are more self-affirming, we need to hear things a couple different times before it actually goes somewhere and we can do something with it. So I had a lady the other day, she's like, I broke it up into 3 parts. It's an hour and a half long, so she broke it up into half-hour segments and took notes, which I highly recommend that you do. And then she listened to it again the same way. And then she received a lot of great benefits from it and started looking at, right away, some of the patterns that she was holding on to that are very self-negating, things that are taking away from the quality of her experience, especially in the way that she thinks about money. Hi, Umair. So there is valuable information in there, so please do listen. And it's a really good prologue to what I'm talking about here, because I'm going to take something that I talked about in that video to a little more depth, and that is that fundamentally we need to understand, if you want to really change your relationship around money and have a more positive, enriching, supportive relationship around money, you must believe this one thing. Fundamentally, this is numero uno, that you are the creator of your reality. That means, hi Tammy, that means you don't get to play the victim, you don't get to play the martyr, you don't get to make excuses that I don't make money because this person is holding this over me. Or I don't make money because my parents did this. I don't make money because my friends are doing that. I don't make money because my husband's doing this. I don't make money because my wife is doing that. You don't get to make those excuses anymore. You must believe, in order for this stuff to really work, and it does, you must believe fundamentally that you are the creator of your reality. Okay? That means you must take steps to put your feelings, your beliefs, and your behaviors in alignment with that belief for this stuff to really work and for it to really take hold. And the other thing that I mentioned was that when you are continuing to do this one thing of staying in duality consciousness primarily, I'm not saying it's impossible for you to change, but it will take a really, really long time for you to change your reality if you are constantly in the judgment of, I am this, I am not that. If you cannot see beyond the present situation of, I am this, and it seems permanent, it's always going to stay this way, it's always been this way, if you're allowing your past and your present and only seeing what is and what has been to dictate the nature of reality going forward, you will stay stuck for a very, 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 very long time. I'm not saying it's impossible because I don't happen to believe personally that anything is impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible for you to make money, but if you can tweak this one thing and shift it so that you can start making money right away, so you can start seeing the breadcrumbs of more abundance flowing in right away, why wouldn't you shift your perspective? Why wouldn't you change this? The other thing is you have to make a decision. That's the other thing I presented as one of the fundamentals. You must decide that this is just going to happen. You are going to make more money. This is a foregone conclusion. It's already done. When you make the decision and you put yourself in the energetic of, I am doing this, it's already done. When you think of it and you put your feelings out there, and I talk about this, and I'm going to talk about it in more depth right here, when you put this desire out there, in the ethereal realms, it is already created. The energetic already exists because, number one, right, you are the creator of your reality. So you've already created it. It already exists in essence. It is part of the ethereal, part of the intangible. And you haven't experienced it yet because you have not put yourself fully in alignment, shifted things to put yourself fully and completely in the energetic of it. And one of the ways that we put ourselves completely and totally in the energetic mode of receiving is to shift all our stuff around, shift our beliefs, our limiting feelings, our trapped emotions, our stories, our programming, to have full awareness, move out of self-deception completely and self-delusion about the crap and the BS that we're holding on to, because you cannot move fully into this energetic of full alignment with receiving that which you already are, because you've already created it in the ethers. You can't fully move into physical, tangible receiving mode with it until you remove all of the layers of resistance in the way. And this is always in the form of limiting beliefs and feelings, trapped emotions, stories, money memories that are disempowering and self-negating around money. You can't have it both ways. You can't be thinking you're unworthy and not valued as a person and then be asking for more money and all of these great things at the same time. Now, I'm not saying that's impossible, because there are, let's face it, some pretty not so nice and out of integrity people in this world who are filthy, filthy rich. But on some level, they've done this over and over again. They've manifested brilliantly. They don't think there's anything wrong with them or anything wrong with who they are. It's easy for them because they've developed a pattern of behavior around acquiring money. Just like you've developed a pattern of behavior around not acquiring money. So they're just doing what's normal to them. Just like you are doing what's normal to you. Maybe you have known patterns around money for so long, especially around how that's been modeled to you by your parents, your grandparents, family members, friends, peers, coworkers. You've had behavior modeled to you around money for your whole life. And we still adopt these behaviors as adults from things that we've seen or were privy to by the time we were 6 or 7 or 8 years old. And we're still reenacting and perpetuating these loop cycles of behavior that have just been natural and normal to us, even if they're self-negating. Hi, Beck. And sometimes for years and years and years, until we can interrupt this pattern somehow. And until we get out of self-delusion about what that is, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to attract money and physically call it in. I have to move this shade. So fully and completely occupying the energetic of living as if requires that you move into this place of relaxation, of resigning yourself to the fact that what you're calling in is just, it's there. It's already there. It's already there. It already exists. So what you're doing in essence is remembering your future when you're living as if, going into the energetic of that feeling that you're searching for. If you're asking for something, in order to get really clear on what it is you're asking for, which is a really important part of manifesting, you must know the feeling you're searching for. So if you're asking to call in $5,000 this month, by the end of the month, what beyond that money, because the money in and of itself, that's just the way station. The money provides you with something else. The money is just a means of exchange. The money is just an energetic tool that ultimately provides you with some quality of experience that you are searching for. What is that? Get really clear about the feeling that you're searching for. You get that $5,000, what do you spend it on? Well, it's going towards this vacation in Sedona. Fantastic. What does this vacation in Sedona feel like? What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be riding bikes? Are you going on a crazy technical mountain bike tour? Are you going to be visiting the vortexes? What is it going to feel like when you're there? It's going to feel open and expansive and fun. You're going to be with somebody you like. You're going to be sharing one of the experiences of a lifetime. What does that feel like? Because the clearer you are about creating that essence, the easier that shows up, and the easier the universe provides you with a trail of breadcrumbs, opportunities for you to occupy that energetic now, to be in that vibration now. And the more you sustain that energetic of what you are feeling, what that feeling you're searching for, the longer you sustain that, the longer you stay in it, the longer you see the importance of being able to go back into that energetic, because the chaos of living in 3D experience in this dimensional realm is chaotic. You're going to get pulled out of that vibration, probably a lot. But the longer you sustain that energetic and learn how to go back in it, because you know that feeling, it's so familiar, you are telegraphing a crystal clear message to the universe of, I like this. I like spending most of my time here. This is good. So how do you do that? How do you get in that energetic and live as if? Damn, right on. Those that lack integrity yet are filthy rich don't think there is anything wrong with them. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. It's not like, I mean, we often get hung up on thinking like, we have to be like golden children. We have to be beautiful. We have to be pristine and perfect in every way. No, money doesn't give a shit whether you're a good person or not. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do about the energetic of your alignment. If you are in alignment with the belief that it's really easy for me to make money and everything that you do and feel and believe is corroborating that and validating that all the time, you are in alignment with that. Doesn't matter if you beat your wife. Sorry. It doesn't matter if you rip people off. Sorry. Money doesn't care about that. Money doesn't care if you're an absolutely beautiful, wonderful, angelic person. Money don't give a crap about that. It's all about alignment. It's about sustaining an energetic of what wealth means for you, that feeling that you're searching for. So where do we get really hung up with this? With living as if, getting in that energetic, sustaining it, feeling that we're searching for whatever money is going to provide for us. What is the real hang up there? Why can't we do it? Why does it feel so off? Because we are rooted in duality consciousness here. We are rooted in duality consciousness, meaning we are always in the judgment of, I am this, I am not that. We have a very difficult time looking past what has been and what is. So much so that we frame the future. We already etch into the future that which has been and is, and we put that same energetic template and apply it to something that hasn't even happened yet in the physical, tangible realms. We are so adept at not being able to see past what has been and what is, that we cannot untether our imagination from it enough to imagine a new potential, a new possibility. But there is a way that we can. And it has to do with opting out of duality consciousness. Moving away from the judgment of, I want money, I don't have it yet. I want $5,000, where is it? I don't see it yet. I can't touch it, I can't taste it, I can't smell it, I can't lick it. If you lick money, I don't know if you do. There's no judgment here. We base everything on what is real by what we can know with our empirical senses, right? So taste, touch, smell, right? Our 5 senses, actually. So if that's not showing up there in a way where we can see, taste, touch, smell, we can know it in the physical, it's not real. But everything exists as essence first. Everything has an energetic imprint first before it becomes physical and tangible and known in the physical 3D realm. Everything. Everything. These glasses were an idea. They were a thought first. In essence, the design of them was the essence in someone's mind based on they like a cat eye lens. So I'm going to design it and it's going to look like this. It could not exist in the physical if it didn't exist as essence first. So if you are the creator of your reality, you must adopt also this idea that energy exists everywhere. Energy is the current that runs through all things. That includes your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, your beliefs. If you are the creator of your reality, what you are creating and bringing forth into the physical through thought and feeling is real. There is nothing more real than that. But where we get stuck is we may understand that on some, maybe some intellectual level, let's just say. But we don't know how to apply it. And we don't know how to apply it because we're fairly out of practice with being in singularity consciousness. And I want to give you an example so this makes more sense to you. Are you a creator or are you an observer? Guess which one puts you in singularity consciousness and which one puts you in duality consciousness? Now, if you are the creator and you are occupying the perspective of singularity consciousness, that means everything is one, everything has already been created that ever can be, and it exists, if not in the physical, already in the ethereal. That's singularity consciousness. You are aligned completely with Source. That which you are is pure Source being at your essence, at your core. Who you are before you came physical, before you came real, is essence, and it is pure Source being. You are a pure creator. You are a master builder and creator of your experience. So at your core, yes, you're getting to where I'm going, Tammy. Hold on, you're getting to where I'm going. If you are a creator and you are occupying singularity consciousness, then the observer is absorbed into creator. You are both. But if you are occupying the energetic of observer, an observer alone, meaning you are judging, looking at, seeing what is and what has been, your whole consciousness of duality is rooted in what has been and what is. I only see what is tangible and real in terms of what is here in the physical. I can see, taste, touch, smell here. If you are the observer, you are not the creator. If you are the creator, you are in singularity consciousness and you are the observer, you're the creator. You're many things. You're all things, in fact. There is no duality. So you are all wrapped up in the one. You are in alignment purely with Source. So if you are constantly taking the role of observer, you can't help but judge what is. And if you listen to my live the other day, I talked about one of the most toxic emotions that you can embody is that of judgment. Because you are rooted in, you are marinated in, you are anchored in duality consciousness. And when we talk about money, this highly, highly charged energetic of money, there is so often, 99.999% of the time, judgment around, I am this, I am not that. I am poor, I am not wealthy. I have money, I don't have money. And when we are just in the place of the observer, we are not able to access the all points perspective of singularity consciousness. We don't see things from the highest level of perspective. We see things from ego. The ego is all about observer. So when you are seeing things just from the perspective of ego, you can't help but be in judgment. When you are seeing things from the perspective of creator, all you see is potential. All you see is possibility. All perspectives are absorbed into creator perspective. So you get to see the higher plane of things. You get to see things from a higher vantage point. You get to see the highest and best aspects of every situation. That doesn't only include, by the way, situations and opportunities. It includes people. So when you are in this perspective of creator and you are occupying singularity consciousness, there might be someone who's pissing you off or really disturbing you on some level. But you're able to see that this person is in a place of calling in a certain lesson at this time. Maybe they're not going to get it at this go round, but they are involved in a process of learning a lesson, and they have to go through that process. It may piss you off, but in that there is some lesson for you too. Because we learn from each other here in this dimensional playing ground of 3D. That's what humans are designed to do. Be here to serve up, deliver, and receive lessons from each other. It's really divine if you understand that contract. But it's hard to be in that perspective if you are just the observer. It's easy to occupy that perspective if you are in that of creator and singularity consciousness. You will see the highest and best level of potential and possibility for all things, all people, all situations. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't want to hear. It is a choice. If you are opting in to being in observer mode, you are opting in for ego consciousness, you are opting into duality, and thusly, you are opting into suffering. Because anytime you opt into a situation where you are separate from source, you experience suffering. Because you experience the chasm, the gap, in between what you are telling yourself you are and that which you truly are. That's truly the definition of suffering. Is being apart from source. And you're opting into all those emotions that go along with suffering. Loss, grief, blame, resentment. You will never be able to occupy the energetic of blame and resentment at the same time you are occupying the energetic of creator. They cannot exist in the same emotional spectrum. They are not compatible. Balm for my soul right now. And that is for you, Allison. I wanted you to hear that. Based on your comment before. That should make sense to you. I think it does. Just give me a heart if it makes sense to you. Or if you want more clarity. There is so much more for us to understand and to be and to know and to have if we agree to opt into singularity consciousness and we agree to opt into creator mode. Good, I'm glad. Thank you. You're welcome. And it is a choice. It is a choice. In every single moment, by the way. It's not like if I don't make the choice right now, I can't make the choice 5 minutes from now. It's not like if I don't make the choice to be creator right now, I can't make that choice 2 minutes from now. We are in a very, very fluid and tangible and malleable reality here, and that's what makes it so goddamn fun. Many of you won't feel that way right now, but it does take practice. It takes practice. It has to be a choice moment to moment to be in this place of creator, because the drama and the chaos of living life here in the 3D realm is putting our emotional spectrum all over the place at any given moment. There's triggers galore. We get in traffic accidents. We get in an altercation with our husband. Our kids drive us crazy. We crash our car. A tree falls on the house. There's just chaos and drama here, but it is either you reacting to it because you're in observer mode, or it's you responding to it because you are in creator mode. There is a huge energetic difference there. If you choose fun, and I choose fun, so I've chosen to believe that I can remember my future by going into the energetic of that which I am searching for with whatever I'm calling forth, going into that energetic and finding ways to relax into it. And one way I relax into it is that if I believe I can remember my future, I can literally create my future by occupying the energetic of creator versus observer, then I'm no longer basing my reality going forth on what has been or what is. I'm moving into place of radically accepting what has been and what is and saying, that's interesting. But I'm the creator and I create that which I desire based on the contrast I'm seeing. So if I'm not radically self-accepting what is or what has been, I'm not going to see the contrast enough to inform me to know the reality I want. Do you see why I get fired up talking about this stuff? I'm really passionate about it because to me, it's like once I started doing this and practicing it, it's easy. It took me a while to wake up to all of this stuff. It took me a while to get in the practice. I am not one of those healers or coaches that will blow smoke up your bottom and say, this is easy, just write what you want down 20 times and you got it, it's there. It doesn't work that way. I wish that it did. It does not work that way. It's not like you just put your desire out there and just say, okay, there it is. I'll just be over here taking a little nap. I'll just be waiting for it when it shows up. No, it doesn't work that way. It is a process. There is no magic pill. But once you start putting things into play, you understand the fundamentals that I talked about at great length in the Manifesting Money video. Once you understand fully and relax into the idea that you are the creator of your reality, this becomes easier. Because you know why? You're no longer in resistance with your co-creator, which is pure source energy. You are that. So you're moving into that. So you move into this fully collaborative mode with the universe. And the universe helps you out in so many ways that you cannot even possibly, if you are in duality consciousness right now, you cannot possibly imagine with your imagination that is currently tethered to duality consciousness, you can't possibly imagine what's waiting for you, the infinite potential that happens, the trails of breadcrumbs that the universe leaves you to show you the abundance. And all you got to do is keep following that trail of breadcrumbs, keep trusting and having faith that there's more there, and I'm worthy of accepting what is more there. I'm worthy of accepting and allowing myself to receive more. And it's okay for me to have more than enough of what I need. I don't need to be in survival mode anymore. These were huge revelations to me. It changed my life. And then once I started practicing this all the time, not in a way where I'm forcing outcomes, but where I'm relaxing into the truth of this. And I am just opting in at every given moment. I'm connecting up with Source all the time. I'm feeling grounded into Mother Earth all the time so that I can receive. So that I can receive the things that I'm asking for. I'm allowing myself to have new pathways of abundance open all the time. This can only happen if you are opting for singularity consciousness. So whatever you choose, feeling one with source energy, maybe you'd like to meditate more. Maybe you like to, as I often do, I connect up to the Great Mother. I connect up to Mother Creatrix, which is the creative matrix. There's no difference between the two. I connect into that energy. I plug into that all day, every day, probably like 10 to 15 different times a day. And then I take my energy down through my body, going through my physical womb, and then connecting it down into the root of Mother Earth and rooting and anchoring there and feeling this connection. I feel so connected. I don't feel duality. I feel connection with the oneness that is me and Source. There's no difference. There's no separation. I'm not in a place of suffering because I'm constantly wondering, who am I? I know exactly who I am. Not constantly wondering, what am I supposed to be doing? I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Not constantly wondering, what is the feeling I'm searching for? I know exactly the feeling I'm searching for because I'm in it. Sorry to yell. I don't want to yell. So try this. Opt for this, at least, to kind of close this gap. Maybe you don't know how to do pull out all the stops just yet. But I am sharing this information with you in the Money Lab. So if you really have a hard time with this, please get in this group. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be so many positive, self-affirming shifts for you in this group. I know it. And I know the women who I'm divinely aligned to work with. And I even have a gentleman in there now, which is great. And I'm really excited about that. Because I'm all about inclusion. Even though I tend to work with women, but I've had men reach out to me to work with them, and I'm like, yeah, let's work together. It sounds great. If you're open and awake and aware, I want to work with you. So think about closing this gap a little bit. Create the awareness of where you are constantly in judgment, because that's a great way to start beginning to unravel or deconstruct your constant need or constant desire to lean into the energetic of duality conscious. So look at where you're holding judgment about your situation right now, about how much money you do or don't have, about the quality of life experience that you have right now in this moment. Where are you going into, I have this, I don't have that? Maybe start saying instead, I am becoming this. I can see myself becoming this. I can feel myself even better. I can feel myself becoming this. I feel the possibility of this. I feel the open, expanded potential of this. Just allow yourself to go into this space a little bit more. Do it a couple times a day. Maybe put a rubber band on your wrist and snap it a couple times a day. Put an alarm reminder in your iPhone or your smartphone. That is a positive, self-affirming statement of, I am becoming this. This is happening, as if what you're doing right now is creating momentum to move into singularity consciousness. Maybe you're not there yet. That's okay. It takes practice. It takes time. I'm not going to lie to you. But it is about your choice. And honestly, what is it costing you, seriously, to stay in this duality consciousness? A lot. And it is this, understand, please, and I'm going to put this quote up again that I put up yesterday. It is, if you are desiring to stay and you are opting in to stay in duality consciousness, you are also opting in to suffer, because you will only experience separation from source. So then ask yourself, why am I opting in for suffering? Are you playing the martyr? Are you playing the victim? Did your mom do that? Did your dad do that? Did your grandma do that? Does your husband do that? Maybe you've adopted this behavior that's not truly your own. You've just had it modeled for you, so it has become your normal. You get to decide whether you want to continue that and have it be your normal going forward. The future is unwritten. And as I mentioned before in the Manifesting Money video, we only create in the now. So if all of your energy is spent lamenting the past or looking at your future and placing this judgment of, I'm terrible, this is my future, this is horrible, you're going to take that imprint and bring it into the now moment, which is otherwise a completely unblemished, pristine, and beautiful moment, untarnished by anything. So you're opting to take in duality consciousness what has been and what is, putting it into each now moment going forth, and writing your future as something that keeps you disinheriting that which is source within, keeps you out of your power, keeps you bemoaning your very existence. What's in it for you to keep doing that? That's what I was thinking of phone alert. I have that in my phone all day long. I love it. So there it is, folks. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the feed here. I really wanted to share that with you. The Money Lab starts October 13th. We are doing 4 live support calls, October 13th, the 20th, the 27th, and November 3rd at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. All the calls are recorded. So I know Saturdays can be tricky for some people. Some people already reached out to me about that. If you can't make the calls on Saturday, they stay active in the group. And then there's going to be ongoing support calls through December. Not every week, but probably every other week. There's going to be exercises, pattern interrupting exercises to help you stop yourself from rooting into duality consciousness. There's going to be pattern interrupting things to help you stop behaviors that are leading to more limiting beliefs and trapped emotions, that help you to purge that stuff that's keeping you in resistance to moving into alignment with what you're creating. There's a lot of help and support in here. So if this speaks to you, Honestly, for the commitment and the investment of $197, you're going to get a lot more value. And if you've ever taken a course with me, I always over-deliver. Maybe some of you who've taken courses with me can validate that for the ladies here watching, but I always like to add bonus activations. That's why the ladies and the gentlemen who joined early have some bonus activations in there and an exercise in there right now. And some of them are receiving very tangible, real benefits from this, meaning cold hard cash coming in. This is part of my divine commitment to normalize wealth and abundance for women, but for all. And especially for those of you who are female spiritual entrepreneurs, because I know the struggle is real. Until you get this stuff, until it really goes where it needs to go, it feels like just struggling and suffering. It doesn't have to be that way. So it is about you making the decision that this is going to change. It's just going to happen. When you make that decision and you are fully clear and you are fully committed to the idea that you are the creator of reality, and if you're fully committed to getting yourself out of being constantly rooted into duality consciousness, then this Money Lab is for you. And I can help you, I will help you, you will be helped, you will be supported, and you will experience some self-affirming positive shifts around your money story. So there it is. Love and peace. Bye-bye.